Hi, I'm maryjo with Fourth Dimension Healing in Stillwater, Minnesota, and I'm also the director of the Center for Crystal and Healing Studies, which is my online school. Today I want to talk with you about a gemstone that you may not necessarily be particularly familiar with, and that stone is Iolite. I'm going to show you an example of a piece of Iolite. This is one that I actually work with here in my healing practice, so if I were seeing you for an energy and crystal healing session and you were going to be working with Iolite, you'd actually be working with this piece. Iolite is a magnesium aluminum silicate, and so when we think about the minerals that are contained within gemstones and crystals, and we can think about the healing effects that these particular minerals have on us, it can help us give a better sense of how a particular stone might be able to support us. Magnesium is very clearing. It helps to release kind of stagnant energy. If you've ever taken a foot soak or a full body Epsom salt bath, you are working with magnesium sulfate. Also contained within Iolite is aluminum, and aluminum is very calming. So already we can begin to see some of the properties that Iolite can bring into our healing modalities as we integrate gemstones and crystals as part of our self-care. This particularly is going to be working up at these upper chakras, particularly the brow chakra. If you are familiar with the system of elements that I work with, Iolite resonates with the wind element. So again, it's about this space of clearing and inspiration and allowing those higher spiritual ideas, those deeper wisdoms to be able to drop down into our actual lived experience. That's what we're working with when we are working with wind element and wind element stones. And if you're not familiar with my system of elements, you can always find more information, more videos on my YouTube channel that can help give you a little bit more guidance. So when we're thinking of Iolite, it is particularly helpful for supporting physically the eye space that could help with insomnia and that processing of thoughts that sometimes can interfere with our ability to rest well, particularly at night. And sleep is really important for us to physically and emotionally and mentally reset our bodies for the next day. I'm going to show you a couple examples of Iolite that are good representations of what I carry within my online shop. When I have worked with Iolite, and I do from time to time intentionally work specifically with this stone, what it teaches me is that I have the ability to rise up and above some of what appears to be really bothersome to me when I'm moving through life. It helps me remind that I am connected to a higher realm of wisdom, as well as being able to be anchored here on earth. So it is such a really nice stone if you're working on exploring. Perhaps you're doing some discerning around some next steps that you want to take in your life. Perhaps you're processing through some experiences and you are trying to gain more clarity and insight and get a better sense of what is going on. This is a wonderful stone to work with. You can see that it's just got all this beautiful striated kind of patterning. And whenever I work with a stone, and I encourage you to do so as well, is to really notice its physical characteristics, its how it feels, or how you get a sense of what it's like to hold it, and then work with it perhaps through some meditation, slipping it inside a pillowcase at night. Always, of course, with the intention that what we're doing with these gemstones is developing a relationship and connecting intentionally with it so that the properties contained within the gemstone can support that which is arising for us. So that's just a little bit about Iolite. You can certainly go out to my online shop and learn a bit more about Iolite, see the sorts of things that I carry. You can reach out to me with questions. If you'd rather browse in person, just contact me and I can happily set up a time for you to be able to do so. So for now, I encourage you to explore what's arising for you, especially up in these upper chakras, and see how Iolite might be able to support you as well. Be well.